Peace, y'all. We are back at the old China shop. We're out here doing her. I got the head start on the grass. Took me 2 days, man. It was like 6 inches high. It was so high. I had to rake up all the mulch. I was trying to run it over with the bagging mower, right? Then empty the bag out back. And it works if you don't let it get 6 inches high. And I cut it right down. This is set on number 3 on my tractor, so it's nice. We push mow all this obviously to keep the mulch out of there. The place looks like a golf course, man. I love it. I love it when it's cut real short like that, because it just makes it look real nice. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? That's awesome. Cut all the way down past where that bird's at down there. Yeah, I blow it in the street. It's a gravel road. Some guy on a motorcycle falls down, and it could be because I blew grass out on the yard. But went this past Tuesday and bought this generator. It's a Wen brand. They sell them at Home Depot. I bought this from a private guy. He buys skids of junk. Not junk, skids of stuff. And I asked him, I said, you mean like an Amazon box? And he said, yeah, except they're skids. So he had a bunch of, in his garage, a bunch of Wen branded products like this. All different size generators, but 3600, I'm breaking it in right now. It says to keep it 50% load or lower while you're breaking it in to run it for 8 hours. So right now, we're way down here. I had the microwave running, the coffee pot running, and the fan on the AC, and it was only at 50% power. I get the fan running, shut everything else off, get the fan on the AC running on high, let it get up to speed, let it run for a minute, and then flip it over to low AC, and it'll start up. And it runs at just the AC, low, high, medium, doesn't matter, about 50% capacity. So that's good. As far as I'm concerned, as long as it'll charge my battery so the fridge stays running, we can run the coffee pot, the other stuff, if I gotta unplug, shut things off to start things up, that's fine too. But really at this point, it's way too early to draw a conclusion just yet. It starts really easy. That's on high power. When you click it down to econo mode, and it slows right down. Now it's making, that isn't a U, that's a V. It's making 123 volts, 122. 122, 123. And I am plugged into the 30 amp, right into the RV umbilical there. It's got the two just standard, I think 20 amp 110s. It's got a couple USB on there. You can obviously parallel, just like all the rest of them, But that, I don't know what that sounds like on this video camera, but that right there, that's pretty darn quiet right there. And I think that the fan is on, running in here. So let's go take another look real quick. We better go the other way. We got a dove, a mama dove. Made a nest, and she's trying to nest her little babies. There's the nest on the top of those 2x6, 2x12, whatever they are, 2x10. Hang on, can I open this thing with one hand? So we got the blower on, just the blower running, just the fan running, and it's on high. Now on eco mode, it probably won't fire up the air conditioner. Let's go ahead and do it. And I popped the breaker. I had to reset the breaker on this once already. Here. Nothing inside popped. Let's go ahead and kick it up. Even that, as long as you get that exhaust pointing away from everybody on this side here, that's not bad. That ain't loud at all, man. That isn't bad at all. Let's see what she does. She kicked up out there. And it's blowing cold air. Let it run for a sec. Turn it up to medium. It's blowing ice cold air. Let's turn it up to high power. We'll go see what it does. We're only a couple minutes into this thing, right? We don't want to run too long. 5.5 minutes. See, she's making a 121. She's at 50%. And that's just the AC. I'm gonna guess, well, and the battery charger, but the battery charger doesn't really use anything for amps, you know. Obviously coffee pot will, microwave will, but it's a small microwave, so you know, you look at a chart at an RV place, it tells you, you know, how much average amps or watts and how much, you know, your generator will do. It's 36 at the go get 'em, right, at the surge, and 2,800 running or something. I don't know, whatever. But why do we buy a quiet? We got big jumbo in there, right? And it's nice and new, relatively new. We got very little time on it. It's the one with the mini bike frame, right? The tubular frame on it. And those things are just engine noise loud. They're not exhaust loud because it's got a big old muffler on it. It isn't the muffler noise that irritates people. It's that thing is, you know, there you can hear the rod and the springs and valves and everything going on that thing. And that's more for the house, you know. We're gonna be going back to the racetrack, man. So we don't want to piss too many people off, but I mean, every generator I've ever brought to the track, and I've had 3 or 4 of them, somebody's always shut the damn thing off. And I tell you, nothing pisses me off more than somebody screwing with your stuff, man. They don't know. What if I'm on a CPAP in there, you know, and it's got to be running? I don't care if, you know, you're at a racetrack, for God's sake, and this is what I don't understand about people. You're at a racetrack, you better expect to hear generators running all night and race engines as soon as the sun comes up till the sun goes down. And if that's a problem for you, you better find something else to do with your time. Because this is how it is. Me, actually, my brother Richard, even worse. He's got a fan running in his room all winter and all summer. Because that noise puts him to sleep. I don't, you know, I put a TV on a sleep timer every night. Every night I put it on for, it depends on how late it is, but anywhere between 40 minutes and an hour that TV will go just to make sure I'm out. You know, it just, I don't know, it's calming, right? So if I had James Earl Jones reading me the Bible or something, I'd probably do that instead. That would be even better. But so there you go. We got us a 3600. I paid $400 for it. It's another 150 to 175 bucks more if you bought it at the store. Like I said, I bought it from a guy from Grand Blanc. It's out by Flint. It was an hour and 10 minute drive from here. Buzzed out there Tuesday about 3 in the afternoon. Met him. Great guy. He's doing this stuff. He has a regular job, but he's also doing this stuff out of his garage. And I told him, I said, you know, he's got a 2-story house, what is a colonial, right, with an attached garage. I said, you know, God forbid, if this place burned down, none of this stuff is going to be covered under your homeowners. I said, you know, when I was coming, right before I, you know, turned into the neighborhood, the last intersection I turned on, I said, you know, there's a little strip mall there, and there's nothing in there but a dance school. There had to be 6 or 7 empty buildings. I said, wouldn't it make sense for you to go look into something like that, especially if you're going to do more and more and more of this? And his wife wants to do more and more and more, you know. Imagine that, a woman wanting more. But sorry, Glenda, take it easy. Put the wooden spoon down. Okay, so there you go. Now, if God willing, if the world isn't losing its mind, and we get to go to Pittsburgh later on in the year, I'm going to park as far away from everybody as I can get. I'm going to run the guts out of my little generator. Next thing I got to do is get my heater out here, because man, that sucker draws some juice. So much so that if you don't have a heavy duty extension cord, I had just a regular standard extension cord, 14 wire, right? It actually melted the wire all into one big ball of plastic on the roll underneath the trailer. And the breakers never tripped. So what does that tell you? The breaker in the building at Grattan and the breaker in here from the RV. So there you go, little update, little 10-minute update from RPM. I'm working on Sherry's room. I'll show you. I'll cut a she shed video for y'all later. Man, that place is really coming along. Super excited to get that done and be moving on, because we're getting close to time to get the sprint card out of the trailer. My rest of my sticker kit's here. Patrick's going to come and put my sticker kit on. And of course, it's just plain midnight blue, chrome metallic, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to put my own stickers on top of it. So if I ever get bored, I can peel those off. You know, the cheap vinyl, right? It kind of won't stick to your side pods without having the sticker kit. So there you go. We'll bring you all that later on. Going to be a beautiful weekend. Happy pre-Mother's Day to all of y'all out there, all you moms. It's a thankless job, isn't it? Thank you for being a mom. Godspeed. God bless. I'm praying for you, especially the mothers. We got us a generator. Check it out. All right.